Hey
There's
guys,
some
how you
questions
going? It
on.
is 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Of course, Andrew here, Harren here with me for our weekly live Q&A. Hope you're well. We have had heaps of questions this week, so hopefully we can get through them and get through the live ones as well. But anyway, welcome, Harren. How you doing, brother?
I am awesome, everyone, and Andrew, thanks for having me again. Again, me and Andrew back here to answer all your wildest new questions.
and even the not so wild ones, you know. But we
Yeah,
do like to live dangerously,
yeah, that's it. Dangerously.
dangerously.
I thought the middle name was Danger.
Dangerous. So hopefully you were able to catch the hot seat last night. Of course, there was a webinar on at 3 a.m. in the morning my time. So I think that was about 8 p.m. Moscow time on the digital doubles. That would have answered a few of the questions that are in this here. And of course, there will be a follow-up for that in our time zone on Sunday. Keep your eye out in the back office or in the groups for the exact time on that. But there is a webinar Sunday, our time zone, for the digital doubles as well.
Oh, definitely watched it out. There was one last night and it was very good.
Did you stay up and watch it? Of course, because it was only 1 a.m. for you, huh?
Yeah.
My mate up north, he for some reason his phone went off at that time, so he got on it and listened, and he rang me this morning, incredibly excited about the digital doubles. He said that's a game changer, and this is someone that's not actually really active in our network, but he's like, that's a game changer. So for him to say it, come in and say it, then there's absolutely something with that we should be sort of taking note to.
No, absolutely. I think Alena was on it because she was heavily promoting it, and it just gives a bit more context around it. And if I'm not wrong, as per the Sunday's webinar, I think Andre was also gonna do some presentation on it this week on future directions on the digital dub.
Of
So
course, and that's Saturday night. Of course, we've got the summary webinar or the closed meeting rather, that's got yourself talking about and Andre talking about the portfolio, about what's going on. Of course, you just mentioned that he's going to also touch on the digital doubles and what's happening there.
absolutely.
So there's actually a few questions in this lot today, guys. We're not going to answer all these questions today. One, because we've already answered a lot of them. We might cover a few of the pertinent ones. Obviously, we'll take the live ones as well. But this Saturday night is definitely going to be a webinar that you want to be on. Remember, got to sign that NDA and be in the VIP club to get
Yep.
access to that closed meeting, which we're going to
Yep.
cover a little bit more of the VIP club today. Hey, you want to lead us out, my friend, or do you want me to?
Um, age before young boys, so go for it.
What? You're too scared to say age before beauty?
Age. I'm not beautiful, so that's why.
I didn't want to say it. Okay, so the first question on the board there, guys, is how does staking work? How to be a good player in staking? Now we have covered this multiple times in different Q&As, so I'm going to be really quick. Staking works that you can stake your unlocked CRU, i.e., essentially put it on a fixed deposit for anywhere from 1 month up to 24 months and get a return on that monthly. So that's how it works. The best way to do it, I believe, and I've just shot a video on this not so long ago. It'll be published later tonight. That is putting things into tranches. So and that will make sense when you watch the video. A tranche is basically cutting it down into smaller lots, so that if you do have to liquidate some of it, you still get the return on the bulk of your stake. Harren, anything to add?
Yeah, personally have done all those mini blocks. And Andrew's mentioned this many times, and I think Andrew 12 brought this up to us once. It just gives you the ability to cancel one of it later in the future if you eventually needed to, spend the money if you needed to.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
I've personally done it. Andrew's done it, and it's definitely one of those ways to to go about.
It's how thinking people do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If more people does it, it'll be much better because at least you'll have some buffer for yourself, and everybody would love a good old buffer.
Yeah, 100%. Now, hey guys, while we're on that note, and I've kind of said this before about someone else in my organisation, but I got contacted by someone today and said, hey, is it worth me going VIP? Now, this is a person that's not building a network. My immediate question was, how many unlocked CRU have you got? He wasn't sure, so we jumped in his account and had a look. He had just over 7,000 unlocked CRU. Now, if you stake that for the full 24 months, that is all of it, stake all of it for the full 24 months, that's a further 4,000 CRU you're going to get. Now, even at today's value, 20 cents or 20.20 units that it's going for in the market right now, that's $843. So if you think about that and the fact that as a partner, it's only $240 for 12 months, he's obviously on the winner. And within by 2 years, it's going to probably be worth potentially a lot more than the 0.20 cents. So, guys, it's definitely worth it if you're looking at it that way.
All I want to say was, everyone's still thinking, should I get into VIP club and do staking? But, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my late father is already doing the staking.
If he's done it, then hey.
Yeah, he's done it. Like, his account is all set up, done staking, done VIP club.
No disrespect, but if somebody past can afford to do it, then if you live and you can too, right? That's what we're getting at.
If he still could value it, then I would just say everyone. It's just a small part that we are doing for this big organization. It's just our duty. That's
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so the next one in there, guys, is I would like to know how long my VIP membership is going to last. I think past the expiry. So if you become VIP on the 5th, for example, how much past the 5th of the next month does it run for? Because they want to set up their automatic payments. They want things to come out of their loyalty payment. So my advice for that, and this is advice, absolutely, if you want to cover it out of your loyalty payment, then pay forward one payment. And what I mean by that is that it might come out of your pocket for the first payment, and then you're set up because whatever comes into your bonus account will be there to cover it for next month anyway. Good thought?
Cool. Good thought. Absolutely good thought.
Cool. You want to cover off on this next one, mate, or shall I?
So before we get to that, we have one question in the chat just popped up. Let's go
cool.
for that. Do people who register in May or April happen to join VIP get 350 CRU points this month?
Okay, so you couldn't join VIP in April. It was only in May. But those people who did start in May, yes, they did. And I mentioned this on the news update on Tuesday. They did, or it might have been last week, they did get that accrual of 350 CAU to their back office. So if you go and check that in your portfolio, you will see that 350 CAU there. If not, get in touch with support. Yep,
and also if anybody gets in the anytime this week, they're getting it as well, are they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's right up until the 30th. So, and so even if you registered someone last week and they haven't yet become VIP, they've got 30 days in which to become VIP as well. So if you register someone on the 25th of this month, for example, the offer runs out on the 30th, but if you register them on the 25th and they decide on the 15th of next month they want to be VIP, they'll still qualify for that 350 CRU, which I think is really cool, incredibly generous.
Absolutely. With this 350 for joining VIP club, and the other 350 for new members joining VIP club, you're just adding up. Like, just giddy up, my friends. Just get it. Like, I'm not throwing numbers in your head. Look at Bitcoin and look at other coins. Even this was a mere $1, you just made $700, man. It's easy money.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so do you want to take this next one, or shall I take it?
All right, go for it, and I'll continue. All right.
Okay, this next question is a really long-winded question, and there's a couple of ways that I'd like to answer it. We've actually answered it before, believe it or not, but we'll go through it again, just for shits and giggles. So, why are our sales orders for CAU not being processed? So that's one question. Remember, I said one question on the form and then do another one. This has got about 10 questions in it. So. Yeah. Why has it not been processed? Well, that's because it drops out. And it drops out after 24 hours for the same reason I said last week. If it didn't drop out, we'd end up with literally hundreds of thousands of orders waiting to be processed. And that would bog down the system and slow it down for everyone. So if it drops out every 24 hours, it means that real people are coming in to re-establish those orders. Now, the next part here is the bit that really troubles me with this. And the reason it troubles me is because I don't know how many times the leaders of the company need to say it. You are not investing money here. You might think that you are, but you're not. You're making a purchase of education. Anything over and above that is a bonus. So the question reads, my team and I have spent tens of thousands of dollars here with no return on investment. Okay, there's not going to be a return on investment unless you go out and do some work. That's where your return on investment is, because everything else is a bonus. It may or may not come to fruition, and that's always been stated. So that's that part. Now, the initial promise, there was no promise to sell CRU on October 2019. Guys, there was no promise. There was no promise of that. None whatsoever. So I'm actually not going to read any more of this because it just upsets me that people can't take the time to find out and educate themselves about our company. This question is from a very ignorant person, and I make no apology for saying that. I've got nothing else to add.
Yeah. You know what? Just to add on that, Andrew, we have multiple times said this thing over and over again, and it's a bit of accountability, and it's about a little bit of ownership. All right. We thank you so much. All right, for being part of this journey. All right, and I don't think we need to thank you. Okay, sorry, but you're in this journey, right? You're in this journey. Now, what have you done to get further information to get yourself educated about the workings of this company? I know there are some things that, sometimes being over delivered and sometimes not being delivered or sometimes under delivered. Okay, but that's how company works. All right, that's how every single company in this world works. And I think every single company out there blamed the corona pandemic. We are one of those companies that didn't blame it on the corona pandemic. We said the corona pandemic was good for us in the sense of there are a lot of people are actually more focused now. So to you, my friend, who sent this long ass question, all I'll tell you is, spend this next day just researching on the company.
Yeah.
All right, just go back to one or two of the Q&As that we've done before, or even just go watch one of those Saturday summary webinars that Andre would have done. I think at least 50 to 60% of your questions will be answered. The others, Q&A will answer.
Yep.
That's it. Okay. Enough said.
I'll just address this last bit of the question. No one's making excuses. They're giving you the cold hard facts. And if you can't face the cold hard facts, then I'm sorry, that means you need to take a look at yourself. And I'm not trying to beat anyone up. It's just about taking personal responsibility. And that's something I talk about a lot. And the reason I talk about it, and will talk about it with such conviction, is because I used to be one of those people that wouldn't take responsibility. It was everybody else's fault. I was the victim all the time. But that didn't help me get to where I am now. I had to leave that mindset behind and move to one where I've got control over what I've got. I can control. You might not be able to control what's happening within the company, but you can sure control the way you react to it. So, guys, I'll make no apology for being as blunt as I was with that, because ignorance is bliss, I guess. But if you're going to remain ignorant, you can't throw stones. It's that simple.
Neil just brought this up. It's cracks me up. Maybe they are from the FMA.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
I think it's quite funny.
If you are from the FMA and you happen to be watching our in our live stream today, then my friend from FMA, please do some research on our company before you post anything. We would appreciate you. And if you do that, the coffee's on me. Or if you're a beer person.
You know what? That's a pretty good offer. Getting Harron to Bimmin and take money out of his pocket at any time is a bit difficult. So he's offering to pay the coffee now and Bimmin get on it. Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry.
Anyways, but just to add to what Andrew has said, I've seen few, but I've never seen other CEOs as transparent as our CEO,
Yeah.
Andre Horat.
Absolutely.
Okay. Some companies, they don't even know who their CEO is. Our CEO makes a weekly appearance here.
You know what? In all honesty, he's very transparent and he's very available for people. He's put the form inside the back office. I believe it's still there, where you can submit things that you want to talk to him about. And I've been told that he does actually read those. So guys, you really do have an unprecedented level of access to get to the CEO, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Right, you want to take off the next one?
Next question.
You got it?
Yeah, just this was that question. Okay. So this question came up, and me and Andrew had a look at this morning, and they said I think maybe the question was wrong, but they say they have over 2.5 million unlocked CRUs in their back office, and we both came to the conclusion if you're gonna have 2.5 million unlocked CRUs, then you would have probably done what 5 or 6 packs of the first $8,000 pack when it first came out. There are some people have done that. If you are that kind of person, then my friend, I'm a bit confused because I'm sure you would have been on the game to get all the latest updates about our company. However, however, if you do have some unblocked CRUs, then obviously you can use it for the staking. Okay, but if you have 2.5 million, man, that's awesome. That's huge amount of staking. You put it over 24 months. Andrew, you want to continue on that?
Yeah, I'll just say, obviously, you think there is a bit of an issue within that because you don't think you're supposed to have any at all. So please private message me or Heron, and we'll walk you through it and see what the story is and try and sort it out for you. Because yeah, but if they're unlocked, stake them.
Hey, if they're unlocked, man, just get on it.
If you got that many unlocked, stake them for 4 months, and you could turn that into just over 3 million.
Yeah,
Nice, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, this next question is regarding the VIP club. All right, and we also had another question related to that. So Andrew, can I start and then we'll just go general terms on VIP club?
Absolutely, mate. Go.
All right. We do hope we really want the VIP club to be compulsory to all partners to receive their bonus and their commissions. And the only reason, well, one of the only reason I say this too, there's a few reasons, but one of the most important reason is how many of you know the organization Amway? All right, and don't think I'm becoming a big Amway supporter here. I started with Amway. My dad was one of the first Amway guys as well, and I think Andrew was too. When we shared some story, I think a lot of people here, your first network marketing journey would have been Amway. All right, and it's quite interesting. The reason is Amway to me have set some really good guidelines, okay, since the early days, and that's one of the reason why they have this really good track record, okay. And if you're an Amway IBO, definitely comment. But if you're an Amway IBO, then Amway has said in order for you to have a cut in our business, I know you're doing a business, um, as an IBO, your contribution to the company to show turnover, okay? Because every business owner has an expense. Every business owner is seemed to have some incoming and outgoing, right? So with that, okay, they need to do a minimum of 100 PV, which is a personal volume, all right, to support the company. It's just your part, your duty to keep the ball rolling. Okay, then that unlocks you to your group PV, your business volume, etc., etc., etc. Okay, similarly, I think we have mentioned this many times that we want to take this company to the next level, to the Direct Sales Association of USA. We want to be establishing ourselves as one of those network marketing companies, which really has all that bells and whistles around it. Okay, this VIP club fixes that problem. If every single rank holders like consultants, managers, presidents, vice presidents, top managers, leader managers, if they had that minimum commitment to the company, all right, one, it solves the cash flow problem. It solves the money issue that we previously spoke many times. It also ties up really well with the guidelines that we need to follow, that all business owners are committing to something.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, what we're giving you, we're giving you access to a whole range of education that's coming up, all the priority access, the priority staking access, and etc. etc. So
Access
with
to
that,
the
I rest my
exchange.
case. Andrew, you want to add anything on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to follow on, it gives you access to the exchange. It gives you access to be able to use the digital doubles. It gives you access to new things that are coming on. It gives you access. It gives you the right to actually earn some money from it. Because if you're not contributing towards your business each month, you're not actually in business. You have a hobby. And if you just have a hobby, you can't expect to get paid for it. I know there's a lot of programs out there promising you the world that you will get paid $100,000 a week for sitting on your ass and doing nothing. Let me tell you that those opportunities last about 2 months and then they fall over. And I say that from experience because I was one of those people that wanted everything for nothing too, because I believed I deserved it. You know, I didn't deserve anything until I got out and worked for it. And when I got out and worked for it, my God, the difference it made. Things started changing like that. But it wasn't until I changed this about the way I thought about that. Now, I talked about it last week, scarcity mentality and abundance mentality. There's a big part of it, guys. It plays a massive, massive part. Yeah, Owen, I'm just going to put that up there. Will it still be? Absolutely. If we've still got a network to be going, then if we've still got a network that's running, yeah, of course we'll still have a VIP. Because there's always going to be new products that are put into our EIPs. And we had this question 3 years ago when we started. What happens when we finish funding the innovative transport? What happens then? Well, we've had that question answered. CAU come along. And when we go to when the CAU does eventually go to its STO, and guys, there was a beautiful roadmap laid out by Maria Antonenko on Saturday night about that. So definitely go and watch Saturday night's webinar because there's great information on that. Answers a lot of the questions that are here today as well. She's got that laid out. And when that does happen, guess what? We'll probably have another STO like Basalt. Right? We've got so many different things inside of our portfolio that we could take to their own individual STO. So we're never going to have any worry about that. Yes, there will always be a VIP club.
You know, I'll just tell some people. There are probably a lot of people. Probably some people are watching this. There's probably a gym membership you're still paying, which you're not even aware of.
Who's got Netflix?
All right, and Netflix is what the base pack was about $8.99, which is about $10, right? Some of you might have got to the wave of Amazon Prime, and in this pandemic period, you might have signed up for one of those things that you just forgot to cancel, and they charge you $100. My friends, $10 here, man. Just get it done.
Absolutely, 100%. I've probably got more of those subscriptions going now than my VIP membership costs me each month that I don't use. At least I know the VIP stuff's going to bring me a return long term.
You know, like I know Netflix gives entertainment, but VIP Club actually gives you more. Which one would you invest in?
100%.
You know?
Yep.
So,
hey guys, so this next one, is there any update on the digital doubles? As I mentioned, there was a webinar at 8 p.m. Moscow just previous, so in the last 24 hours, last 12 hours in fact. There will be another one Sunday in our time zone for the people that are awake at this time of the day. It'll be in the evening for us, so probably around 7 p.m. So that's 12 p.m. Moscow time. I believe it's going to be on Sunday for another digital doubles one. But also, as Harren said, we'll be talking about it a little bit on Saturday night as well. Andre wants to talk about it.
Josh Chadafu brought it up. You know, some people probably have online dating apps on their phone. And they're probably charged for access premium members. So there you go. VIP Club gives you access to premium leaders.
Yeah, not me. I'm married. I don't do that sort of thing. My life's boring now. Well, it's not. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. It's incredibly exciting. Snap on that, Drew.
All right.
Sure. Thanks, Neil. Okay, so the next one. Can you please give us
burning question?
The next burning question. Can you? What's your honest thoughts on Eventi, Harren? Is it going to go? That's the question. Is Eventi going to happen in October as planned? What do you think?
Okay, honest opinion. I just read the news article from ICAO, I think. No, IATA. Okay, the initial. Yeah, and they said a lot of airports are going to reopen in the period of end of June, early July, and some extent to August. Okay, and slowly they will get into those flights. And what that suggests to me is, if everything gets done before August, our events in October, then there's a high possibility that we're doing it. Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna go ahead. Let's hope it goes ahead. And as Rita pointed out, a lot of planes have been sleeping for 3 months. So maiden flights. So yeah, I think we are well past the maiden flight stage later then. So I think it's a yes, Andrew. What do you think?
Well, look, certainly we can't give an unequivocal yes, but I'm thinking that, like, I'm 99.9% yep, it's going to go ahead. As you just said, the borders, there's already been a massive report that the border's going to reopen around in July, August for most people. international borders we're talking about. Here's something to think about, though. I know people will be going, oh, but I want to do it now so I get a cheaper ticket. Chances are you're going to get a cheaper ticket anyway, because airlines are going to be scrambling to fill their seats. So they're going to be like, well, let's encourage people to fly now that they can again. So that said, Heron did just tell me that he got an offer from Etihad, and I'm sure if you went to their website that they'd be able to extend that to you as well, where they give you a further 50% on if you buy a voucher. You give $1,000 example. If you bought $1,000 voucher, you'd get $1,500 in value. So if you bought $10,000 voucher, you get $15,000 in value. So something to look at potentially on Etihad's site. I know we just spoke about it briefly. It's probably something we're going to do. Etihad's one of the partner airlines that I use. So absolutely.
Let's hope a lot of people buy some vouchers, huh? Because Virgin Australia needs help.
Yeah.
So that leads to our next question. All right, which is regarding to our white paper and the SEC.
Cool.
It's awesome. I'm going to put this question out there. How many of you people have read the Bitcoin white paper? But anyways, jokes apart. But with the SEC, I'll comment because recently me and Andrew had some interactions with our lawyer, and she's one of the person that actually has put probably not 100%, but 1,000% of herself into this company. I've never seen that much of commitment from another person, and I think I will be glad to say that she is a person that doesn't go to rest if the job doesn't get done. Until it gets done, she just not bugs. She makes sure she gets in contact with that person and make sure that happens. All right. And this SEC and NASDAQ and whatever stuff that we have spoken about many times, she is directly in charge of it. Okay. On a legal point of view, with the help of our CEO.
Yeah, 100%.
So all I will say is where we are sitting, it's progressing very well. Okay. And if there's something we need to tell you about that, the CEO himself will definitely come and update it himself. So all I will say is where we're sitting, we are progressing really well.
Absolutely. And I just followed up by saying, if you're on the webinar on Saturday night, you would have heard an update again from Maria Antonenko, who's heading up that department, about where that white paper is at. Now, Heron and I have mentioned it a couple of times. 3/4 of the white paper is the tokenomics paper, and that's been settled now. It's been ratified. It's absolutely in cement. So most of it's done. So I would imagine that Maria mentioned that it would be out June. So I would say late June, early July potentially. Don't quote me on that, of course, because how long's a piece of string? Sometimes things come up. But we do know that everything has been done in the right sequence to ensure that we get the best possible outcome. So, and he's right. Agrim works tirelessly for our company. She's amazing. She's available 24 hours. She really goes above and beyond because she can see what our company is about to do for the layperson, for the bulk of people in humanity. Realistically, what we can do, what we've got the potential to do, and she will adamantly stand up and say, we are absolutely 100% legitimate. She'll put her reputation on the line for it because she believes in what we're doing and she knows that we're doing everything the right way. So, guys, to have a law firm of that caliber, they're multinational law firm. They've got offices in the USA and in Kazakhstan. Guys, to have that, we're very, very lucky.
Absolutely. It's a blessing in disguise, I would say.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to have her on board.
Now, just on the screen there, I've just got there from Sandra, exclusive presentation for data mining and digital doubles for New Asia Pacific partners on Sunday, the 14th, 6 to 8 p.m. So there you go. Apparently there's an Eventbrite link. So Alan's saying, and you'll get the link after you register through Eventbrite for it.
Perfect. Now it leads to our next question, where is it possible to see on our structure page whether the member has become a VIP member or not? It would make us easier to identify that who are not and gives us an advantage and communicate with them to, kind of say the good and bad about the VIP club. All I know is at the moment we have added a new feature in the back office where you can see people are committing to the new promotion, right, Andrew? You can see who is in one rank away.
Yep.
And also, I am in the thoughts of the new back office would probably fix that problem. But that would be definitely a cool feature to add.
100%.
But what do you think, Andrew?
Well, I'll just add by following off on what you said about the new website. There is a new back office coming, guys. There's going to be a whole heap of new features in it that is going to make it much easier to run your business. These are features that we've been asking for 3 years, but we're finally getting there. So I would imagine that this will be part of it. After the 3 months grace, I dare say they're going to be VIP anyway. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It'll make it much, much easier that in the new back office we may have that feature.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Previously we used to ask like, how do we contact a person who's in certain rank? But yeah, that's definitely a cool feature. If, Andrew is directly in the committee, and I'm sure he'll be bringing this up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
We talk about it regularly. We have regular meetings about what's going on with there. There is progress happening. Same with the marketing, the branding and everything for the companies. Massive progress happening there. Exciting things happening in that space to make sure that everything sort of falls into place. So, cool, guys. The next one. If the unit TB coin is being rolled out in July, is this still part of the blockchain development, the testing phase, or will this mean the blockchain is now fully operational? Do you want to answer that, or you want me to start?
Go for it, and I'll.
Um, Technically, the blockchain is fully operational now. And if you go into your back office, you can click on portfolio, and it will take you through, and it'll literally take you through to our blockchain, and you can see it, and you can see Unit TB, you can see US. What are we calling it? USDU, and
Uh-huh.
CRU. You can see all three of those tokens in there. You'll see your balance of unlocked CRU, and there'll be a couple of other things. Obviously, there's a few tweaks they need to go through, but essentially, it is fully operational. Now, that just because it's fully operational doesn't mean to say it'll be on a public exchange. There's a lot of fully operational tokens or blockchains that aren't listed on a public exchange now today that have been like that for years, because that's their process and the way they're doing things. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to. We will, but we're in good time, as and when we're supposed to. Anything to add, mate?
No, absolutely. And I just lost my thought over there. This is it. If anybody was watching that webinar last Saturday, then I'm sure you would have the link to the Explorer or Crypto Unit Explorer. If you can put in this chat, I know my good friend Josh Tarafu is here. If you can put it up, great. Anybody else? Your cue, put it up so people can actually go and click and see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
But definitely exciting times happening in that space, guys. Really cool. So the next one here, we're trying to run through these because there are a lot of questions. We'll try and get most of them. What happened to the plan of rolling out our stablecoin in a USA-based exchange? Can't recall the city, but now going to be listed in Estonia instead. Do you want to answer that, Aaron?
Um, I think we will be getting to USA, but then Estonia has a much better law against cryptos, and the blockchain team would have figured that out, and that's why they're going it from there. Now again, guys, where's the coin being listed doesn't really matter at the moment. All right, and the reason being is all you want is regulated and a working coin.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to understand that everything that we do in every single country comes under our own very own ecosystem. It's all ours. It's all us. All right. Um, so the USA based exchange, I think it was Andre was keep saying Delaware, wasn't he?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. Yeah. And of course, the lawyers from USA, I'm sure if there was a way to do it in the USA, she would have already told them. But the blockchain team, I think they are from Minsk himself. I think are they from
Blockchain
Minsk?
team from Belarus. Yes.
Yeah. So they would have found an European way to get it done. So that's my take on it. Andrew, you got anything to add?
Just that what we've already been told about Estonia. If you get listed in Estonia, you can basically get listed anywhere. It's got a very high reputation for
Yeah.
blockchain. So it made sense for us to do it there, particularly with our development team right there and them knowing the system. Obviously Russian speaking, so it makes it much easier for them. But Estonia have a very robust system and regulatory sequence that they go through. That's why we've done it that way. It's the same reason why the crypto mat units were going to be there. Okay, that's why we were starting there. Because it was easier to roll it out there than anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's not that it won't roll out in the US, it will. I don't recall it ever hearing that it was going to be first listed on an exchange in Delaware. I
Yeah.
knew Delaware was
Same.
going to be our company,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers that a little bit. There's
No,
another one.
absolutely.
There's another. Yeah, Neil's put that link up. I'll get it up there in a second. Oh, I can't put the question up. Alia Chut has asked the question: is the company going to Nasdaq exchange market first? Is there another open market before Nasdaq? There's two aspects to that, guys. It's again, without giving too much away, because there's probably already too much out in the market about this already. It's not necessarily our token package that's going to the
Yeah,
Nasdaq.
the education.
Something a little bit different. So watch this space. We can't give out too much information about it. It is exciting what's happening. This is one of the things that's keeping our lawyer awake at night, is because she is hard on the heels with this. So that's been submitted to the SEC to make sure that everything stacks up, and it does. That's why there was a massive audit done recently to verify all the figures that Andre quotes, and they've been verified, and then some, which is great. But that's also with the white paper that we spoke of with the SEC as well. So definitely things happening there. Here's the link
Absolutely.
up in the chat for anyone that wants it. If you want to go and find Neil's comment, you'll be able to take it from that and click on it and go find it.
Perfect. Perfect. And I was going to say, fun fact, Mila Sergikova is from Estonia.
Absolutely. It's Mila Sergikova's birthday today too, so happy birthday, Mila.
Happy birthday, Mila.
Yeah, she is from Sergikova. Sorry, she is from Estonia. You're right. So Damon's asked, I can't put it up, mate. Sorry, for some reason. Did we cover whether or not we can see the SEC filing? Because it's not a public company, I don't think it needs to be. It won't be in the public domain, so I doubt you'll be able to just go and find it. If it was a public company, you would, but it's not yet. Anything?
So yeah, it's on the way. Once the listing's been done, you definitely, it's a public record which public can access. But at the moment, no.
Okay, so this is a cool question. I love it. Is the digital doubles opening for all VIP members, or just some ranks within the club? No, all VIP members. So if you're a VIP, you'll get access to the digital doubles. I dare say you'll still have to pay for those, but you'll get access to it. Whereas if you're not VIP, you won't. Plain and simple. Well, you might, but it might be a few months down the track. I wouldn't bank on getting it if you're not VIP.
Cool. Same question Damon asked was in this form as well.
Okay.
What is the company name being filed, and can we see the filing? Same question. We already answered it.
That's for the SEC. Guys, if you want to know what our company name is, it's the same registration number. It's actually in the back office. If you go, I think it's TNG-NEW Limited, and it's registered in the British Virgin Islands. It's got a registration number. You can go.
It's on the NDA.
It's all legit. Hey.
It's on the NDA.
There you go. It's on the NDA.
If you signed the NDA, you would see the company name.
If you'd read the NDA when you'd signed it.
Yeah, of course.
Done that.
Yeah. When will contracts of our portfolio will contracts of our portfolio business be made public?
Where's that?
Right after, can we see the filing?
Oh man, you've missed one.
Did I miss one?
Yep. Will the unit TB be able to be swapped for other tokens in the market like Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Right.
Through an exchange?
I thought we covered it before.
Huh?
I thought we covered it.
We have covered it before. Yeah, we have covered it a couple of times. You're right.
But yeah, that was the reason the utility token was coming anyway.
Yeah. Okay, the next one here, I think it's a really cool question. Once we are public, will we still be able to introduce people to our company through ERPs? 100%, absolutely.
Of course, guys, we are a full-fledged network marketing organization. Of course, that's how this organization was built, ground up. So, would you want to stop doing it? Let's put the question back to you guys.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you're going to answer that one because you asked it. When will the contracts, the portfolio's business be made public?
Yeah, I think once all of our deals are gone through, and I think Andre does disclose them on the closed summary meetings, and he specifically said, if you want to know, then fulfill one of those criteria. So if you want to definitely see what we are, entitled in doing, then CRU closed meetings would be the
the logical
point of information.
Yep.
But of course, once we are public, then becomes a public record, then a lot of things will be disclosed. But until then, it's closed. It's you have to be in the closed CRE meetings.
Yep, 100%. And that's guys, that's for good reason, because we had a lot of people that had not done much with the company that were complaining a lot. And I'm sorry, as much as Andre's a very, very giving man, probably a lot more than most of us, and wants to make sure that everybody's included, there does come a point where you can no longer cater for those who can't help, who won't help themselves.
That's it. That's it. And sorry to be again blunt. Sometimes we might think we are asking so much question and putting pressure, but it kind of becomes like micromanaging. Give me
Yep.
this, give me that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
just let them do their work. That's how I would put it. If you agree with me, then definitely put in the comment. If you think I said something wrong or we are saying something wrong, then comment that as well. But
Absolutely.
otherwise, that's my take on it. Because if you give a person, if that's their job, they're supposed to do it, then let them do it.
Yep.
If they do it poorly, then you got rights to ask. But while they're still doing it, they're progressing, then let them do it. That's my take on it.
100%, mate. Hey, so guys, next one here is if this, why were legal documents removed from the back office? I can only imagine why this would have happened. I would say it's probably because they were outdated and needed to be updated. And once they have been updated, the pertinent ones, i.e. the ones that are pertinent to you, will be put back. That would be what I would think there, guys.
Cool. Cool. I mean, again, legal team's been here for 6 months, so they're doing a lot of massive updates. So if there's anything that needed to be there, which is open for the eyes of our partners, it will be there.
You want to take the next one? If the security token is listed on an exchange in Estonia, does that mean all 3 tokens will be listed there? Look, long term, we're looking at creating our own decentralized exchange. If you look inside that link that Neil shared before, cryptounit or explorer.cryptounit.cc, it will actually show you, it says DEX at the top. Now, DEX stands for Decentralized Exchange, and it says coming soon. That's because we're creating our own DEX, and that's like a godsend. It really is. When you understand how they work and why they're important, very, very cool things. So we really want to have our own exchange, but that's not to say we'll only list on one exchange. It'd be silly just to list on one unless we controlled it. Wouldn't you think, Aaron?
See, end of the day, guys, we are going on the crypto decentralized pathway. If it was me, I wouldn't really worry too much about where it's being registered because it's being decentralized anyway. It's already going on the new age form of currencies. So, we have the usability and you're on the system, you're on the blockchain. So the country is merely to just follow, legal laws and what's been put in place. But otherwise, yeah, blockchain. Go blockchain.
Yep, blockchain. Yay, blockchain. Actually, I had a post come up in my memories this morning from 3 years ago saying that I'm just learning about crypto now and I'm pretty excited. It's even more pertinent today, so I reshared it. It's like, yep, definitely is. Hey, this next one, guys, we've answered already. What's the name of the company that's been filed for the SEC for crypto units? You can check that out. We've already said it. API, Academy Private Investor, but there'll be more information coming out about that anyway. The next one. Do you want to take this one, mate? Because it's pertinent to you.
I think a lot of people will find it out this Saturday then.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask. I'll give the question anyway, guys. Since Igor was let go in January, has someone replaced him as CFO, Chief Financial Officer? As we haven't heard much reported around the stock market sector since he was let go. The answer is yes. There has been, and there was very swiftly, and that was Margot went from our chief accountant to our chief financial officer, and Haran reports directly to her, as I report directly to her too, with our accounts and things here in Australia. So she's got things well in hand because she's got Haran here. But as he just said, there'll be a lot more information. You got to make sure that you want to be on the closed webinar on Saturday night. There's going to be some good information on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Igor's role was a bigger role, and that role has been broken into a few different roles. And because the reason is, Andre felt that that it's time now to have own departments within the finance department. So I think you'll find out this weekend. Of course, the CFO Margarita. I don't know her surname. My bad.
Steva?
So this, yeah, I didn't want to say it. So
Yeah.
if she was listening, then I'm screwed.
Sorry if we got it wrong, Margot.
But yeah, and then Valentin, obviously the head of the financial audit and analytics team. And then of course the other one, yeah, you'll find out. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost.
Hey, Mary Dust. So that one's that. I've seen some coins, crypto, come up on my exchange and have listed at 600 plus. Maker is one that comes to mind. Why wouldn't our CAU list price wise, as Maker doesn't give monthly payments on investments like NEEW? That is a great question.
It's actually a good question.
It's a great question. So, guys, let me restate what the question is. I'm not going to answer it because it kind of answers itself, okay? But I will restate the question. I'll read it verbatim. I've seen some coins, crypto in brackets, come up on my exchange and have listed at $600 plus. Maker is one that comes to mind. Why wouldn't our CAU list price-wise, as likewise, I'm guessing, as Maker doesn't give monthly payments on its own investments like NEEW? That's a really good question for you all just to sit and ponder on.
Think about it.
Yep, just think about it. We don't even
When
need
he
to
said
answer.
price wise, Pennywise came to my mind.
The band or the clown?
The cloud.
Okay. Had to ask. All right, so cool. That's
Anyways,
that one.
yeah,
That's a good one. That's a cool question.
that's a good one. Let's see who's willing to answer that in the chat. Like questions back to the people.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, the next one here: is it possible to see a list of all companies we have inside of our portfolio that we're partnered with or whatever in our new back office, like we have with Sushi Master, Digital Double, Basalt, etc., etc. You get all that information in the webinars, guys. There more than likely will be a section in the new back office where we have that, but at the moment, no, there's not. You've got to get that information from the webinars.
Yeah, absolutely. So closed meetings is your point for this kind of information. Once the proper stuff is done, then of course, who else we gonna tell? Not our partners. Of course, you guys gonna get this information. So just won't repeat myself. Let them do their work.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so guys, this one here is a cool one. It brings us to it segues to a beautiful point that we need to make. Is API, the Academy of Private Investor, looking at operating its own platform? If not, what platforms will CRU, Unit NTB, USDU be looking to be available from? Okay, guys, here's what you need to understand. And this is, I'll be honest. This is something that's been really troubling Andre, and it's really upset him, is that people don't seem to understand the true value of the Academy of Private Investor. If it wasn't for the Academy of Private Investor, we wouldn't have the opportunity that we have right now in front of us today. And it's for him, it's puzzling because he knows the value of that information. That information that's available there has literally set him free. Guys, he doesn't need to be banging his head against the wall, listening to complaints from people, coming up with headaches that we've got, that we know we have, each and every week. He's a self-made man. He doesn't need to be doing this. He's doing this for the betterment of everyone else because he knows to the level at which that education can help us. So is there going to be a separate platform for this and that? No. We have one platform. It's the Academy of Private Investor. And the new company that's opening in Australia will be under the Academy of Private Investor. It will be a subsidiary of the US-based company. The Academy of Private Investor is the key to all of this working. And later this year, and probably later this year, maybe early next year, you're going to see why that is. And we've already alluded to it today on today's call. So no, they're not going to be separate platforms. They may have separate parts inside of them, but they're all going to come under that API umbrella. That is who we are. Anything to add?
No, see, I was just gonna say, everyone don't forget the origins. All right, everyone loves a good origin story. Um,
particularly you.
yeah, and you know what? API is where everything started. That was the vision that Andre had. At any point of time, if Andre would have let go API, I don't think everything else that followed with it would have happened. So support API and understand what API is, then everything else will make much more sense.
100%.
Okay, because
100%.
end of the day, this directly relates to our lawyer as well. Why I wanted to say this was sometimes you can just go get a lawyer. Sometimes you will get the lawyer who understands what you want to achieve and helps you to achieve it. Just like that, we need partners who understand what our mission is and they know what they are what their contribution will be. And you got to understand, it's not a one person's job here. The lawyer has to do the job properly, the CFO has to do the job properly, the directors of each country have to do the job properly, the presidential council have to do certain things, the leadership council have to do certain things.
The local council.
And yeah, the local
Flow and
council,
effect.
and then and the partners, even the agent that signed up yesterday, he's got to do something about it. All right, and if everybody truly understands the vision and the mission and everything that's going around it, then trust me, guys, this will be achieved much more faster. That's why Andre keeps saying everything directly affects to the numbers. And the more people understand what we want to achieve, and that is actually looking at the origin story, the API, that's where the answer is.
Yep.
You know, if you're coming for CRU, sorry to say, CRU is just merely an accessory addition we had recently. API is where everything lies, so watch out for that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Stuart Whitney said, put here the academy's worth millions. Yeah, over 600 of them. So, as of a current audit. So, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely.
So the next one here, guys, is there any word as to whether we'll have access to trading tools, e.g., futures, leaps, CFDs, on our tokens in the future? You want to answer that one, mate?
Yeah,
Already
no,
got your hand on that?
absolutely. I think Andre has mentioned this at one point of time as well. And if you look at our 20 sectors, Forex, is Forex one of it as well,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong. So Andre has mentioned that there are chances of having our own banking license and then eventually leading up to some forex licenses as well in the future. All right, I won't say too much. In the near future, there's a strong possibility to give access to our own people a platform to be doing all this kind of this, because part of the 20 sectors, this is definitely one of those sectors which which works two ways. Our organization would make profits, which directly comes back to you as well. And as API, we talk about this education as well. If you're Marathon 260, we have introduced a lot of people to this kind of studies as well. So yeah, it is definitely one of those things that working in our horizon. So to answer that, yes, in the future, near future.
100%. Sorry, I'm just reading this next question. Can the one I registered in 10 unit with VIP subscription of 10 unit get the offer of 350 CRU points? If they
I think
become.
they're asking about the 700 CRUs we said. Remember? You do $10, then you get 350. Then if you join VIP before the 30th of the month, then you get another 350. So I think they're asking that.
Well,
Um,
if you join the
I don't
VIP,
know
you're
because I'm
getting
not
you're
a new
getting
member. I couldn't try it.
you're getting the extra CRU for joining VIP. So that's available for those people that joined in May as well. It should have already been credited to your account by now.
Mhm.
And anyone moving forward, then yeah. So I'd imagine yes would be the answer to that.
If anybody have tried that, then put it in the chat, guys. So Damon has just said something about Ripple is valued at 20 cents, been
Mm.
out 2 years, no assets backing it, and IPO. It's actually kind of like an ICO, I think. Ripple, it's a crypto. Turns over $1 billion on exchange every day. So yeah, that's a great point, Damon. Arman's is totally right, and thanks for bringing that up to us. Ripple is one of those coins that consistently have maintained that value right there. All right,
The,
go
the
on.
the the thing with Ripple to remember though, guys, is Ripple's not a decentralized currency.
Yeah, it's not.
which kind of
It's
flips the narrative of cryptocurrency on its head. The whole
uh-huh.
point, the whole reason cryptocurrency took a hold to start with is because of its decentralized nature. Is because that one person couldn't control it, whereas if it's centralized, they can dictate what that should look like. So make no mistake, that 20 cents is by design.
Yep, and but that's a good comparison if you want to see
Yeah,
how market
for
works, all
sure.
right. But to everyone who's watching, definitely go read about Ripple because I'm one of the early backers of Ripple, and I really loved their concept at that time. But then one thing put me off. But anyways, Ripple, one of those top threes out there, so watch out.
Cool suggestion here from Claire Searle. Thank you. Suggestion for the company in the future to have a platform for partners to list Airbnb type properties. I
Yep.
believe Andre has already thought about that. It's definitely been mentioned, or something similar has been mentioned on webinars previously with the properties that we are setting up around the world, like in Crimea. So watch the space. It could be something that we can consider further and
Are we allowed
develop.
to tell the name of the platform it's going to be on, Andrew?
Well, you gain. I think I let it out last week. I think I let it out on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ugain. Watch out for Ugain. So then the next question is, please give us a little idea about the digital double in easy words to understand. Can I take that?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So imagine yourself right now. All right. You are now present in Facebook watching this live Q&A. All right. And how many of you message people using your messenger in Facebook? All right. Or even LinkedIn or even Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Okay. Now, what this does is it's an algorithm. All right. It creates a digital version of yourself. All right. Now, don't go and think it's Skynet or the Terminator or anything like that. Okay. It's definitely just a digital copy of yourself that can make contact based on certain keywords. All right. And what happens with the keywords is if somebody asks you, "Hi, Neil Morrison, how are you?" and the digital double can answer that question. And there will be preset questions whether because this is one step better than the normal bots that we have, it's AI, your responses are not going to be the same thing every time and people are not going to be put off by it.
Yeah.
All right. And obviously, there's a fee around it, which was disclosed previously. And obviously, the digital double, it works 24/7, actually 25/8, whereas we do have some expiry time. When we sleep, and when we're not doing anything, when we're eating, when we're showering, and all that, the wasted time is there. And we don't know how to filter right people. This AI based on algorithms will do that for you. Andrew, do you want to add anything to that?
No, no, I think you summed it up beautifully. So, yeah, in simple terms, easy words to understand, you're recreating yourself
Yeah, that's
thousands
it.
of times realistically, and because of its AI engine, its artificial intelligence, it can literally change its responses as Heron just said, so it doesn't come across as it's automated. So it gives you just that little bit extra advantage. I'm kind of excited about what's happening. We get to test it
Yeah,
real soon.
absolutely, absolutely. And the next question, Andrew, I want to take that as well because I thought I should answer that one. So first of all, we don't want to put someone off here, but I really appreciate this person. This person have actually asked a question. Hello, sir slash madam. I am Tengya Mok from India, and I am for one request. What is EIP? Okay, so I'm pretty sure this person would have been that one new person that would have signed up and would have seen our flyer or would have really wanted to ask this question. So first of all, welcome Tanya Mok to our organization. And EIP means educational information product. Some says educational information package. All right, what it is one of those products, one of those things, one of the education packs that we have, one of those five for you to choose to come in. And you choose one of those five based on your, you know, capacity and ability and what you want to do. And each comes with a particular education attached to it, which is being compiled by our very own Annette Martinson, the head of education department. All right, hope that answers my question, your question. Andrew, anything else
No,
you want to add?
said it perfectly, mate. You said a lot more than I would have. I'd have just said education information products. So perfect. You said it
Cool.
perfectly. So the next one, guys, is from Mike. White paper of the extension on Saturday. Basically, he's asking, do we see any issues with it moving forward, as Amazon took 2 years to get approval? Not at this stage. I'm sure we would have heard from Agadim if we've seen any issues at this stage, and we haven't. So it's plain sailing at the moment. That's not to say that there won't be something that comes up. It could, but at this stage, no, we're all good.
Absolutely. It's actually, oh, okay. I know who asked that question.
Well, he's got his name on it. I hope you do.
How are you, my friend? You know who you are.
You know who you are. Okay, so the next one, guys, I'm going to rush through these last ones because we are starting to get pit for time. When did the loyalty bonuses each month stop being split into phase 1 and phase 2, and why? And moving forward, will it continue to be one payment across the 2 phases as it was for June? At this stage, yes, it will be. The reason it did is because once the internal, we mentioned this last week, once the internal exchange opened, IT weren't able to code it in such a way that they could differentiate between what tokens belonged where. So they couldn't actually fairly distribute the VIP, the loyalty bonus. That's why that happened. And for the foreseeable future, it will stay like that.
And there's a second part of the question. Oh no, this is a totally different question. Sorry. Will peer-to-peer ever come back? Is it possible to synchronize a sale purchase with someone if you do it at the same time, or would it be impossible, or just pure luck?
It would be pure luck. So, guys, will the peer-to-peer ever come back? Not in the current iteration of the exchange. Probably not until we're on our own decentralized exchange, and the reason being is because a very small minority of people, our partners, ruined it for everyone else. Now, I don't think they set out to ruin it for everyone else, just with their actions meant that it was an unfair and uneven playing field. This has created an even playing field for everyone, so it's evened it out. So, no, I don't see the peer-to-peer coming back anytime soon. I'm actually a little bit thankful for that because it means it gives everybody a fair go. Whereas before, not everyone was getting a fair go. There were people that were literally gaming the system. Yeah, and yeah, that's not fair on the rest of our partners who want to use the exchange.
Yep, absolutely. So, is there any more questions we should answer? If not, then I would like to say something to everyone.
Just looking in here as we go. This is a good question, Gary. If we are going to exchange in September, if we manage to get there in September, if somebody starts an installment package now, will they still receive CRU? Yeah. Any installment packages you start will be honored, 100%.
Cool. Perfect.
Actually, I just want to cover off on something there. Sorry to interrupt, Heron.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
But Maria Antonienko, she did give a roadmap on Saturday night. Now, I've already seen people, and some of our leaders have done it too, share that image and say, woohoo, this is happening on this date. Now, you need to go back and listen to the webinar because she never said anything absolute. And I want to get this clear now so that if it doesn't come to fruition next month, people don't go, well, you promised, because it never happened. Okay, in the webinar, if you listen to the webinar, she said we are aiming to. Okay, there's a big difference between that and we are going to. So I know it's easy to miss that from time to time. People share things because they get excited. It's absolutely exciting what's happening, but keep in mind that everything we do is fluid. Everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, so before we go, my friends, just wanted to tell you one story that really impacted me this week. Um, yeah, it's about a farmer and a baker. Okay, and if people already knew this story, then put it in the chat. But all I wanted to say was, this story impacted me because it's part of honesty and being transparent. Okay, it's a story about a farmer and baker where the baker bakes bread and the farmer sells butter. All right. So at one day that the baker and the farmer came into an argument, and they're saying that the baker is not getting 1 pound of butter, and he just measured it, and he thought the farmer was cheating him all along. And what happened was they took this matter to the court, and the honorable judge asked to the farmer, it's like why are you giving less butter to the baker? And he said, I'm primitive, I'm not educated, but I do have a scale, and match one weight to another with a scale. All right. So then he said, then how do you measure it then? Well, I've been buying bread from this baker long before he's been buying butter from me. So what I did was, I just, whenever he brings me the bread, I scale it exactly the amount of bread with the butter which I need to give him, because he was going to give me a pound of bread. I give him a pound of butter. So if there's any person that needs to be blamed here, it's the baker, because that means he's not been giving me the pound of bread every day. So the moral of the story is, guys, you will get exactly what you give out. All right. So the honesty is the best key here, and being transparent and honest is the absolute key, because it's your decision. All right. So you absolutely get what you give out there. So be positive, be transparent, be honest. That's all from me. Stay classy, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, Heron, for that eloquent way of summing that up, because you're right. You're only ever going to get out of something what you're prepared to put into it. And if you want to cheat the system, you're only cheating yourself. That was something I was taught very, very young. And believe me, I've tried to shortcut the system over the years, and it doesn't necessarily work out in your favor. So take it from someone who's been down that road, who's lost well over $1 million worth of cash and assets, and literally almost the shirt on my back. It's not worth it. Anyway, have an amazing week, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, we will be back here 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. Make sure you're on the webinar Saturday night. Make sure you're on the Digital Doubles webinar Sunday night. And I'll be doing another hot seat Wednesday night as well, of course. Fill in with all the other webinars and presentations that you can get in on. You heard Josh last night. He said it perfectly. The way that he has managed to get into the role where he is and grow as much as he has is by attending every webinar that he could and just soaking up that information. So some really sage advice. That's me for today. Heron, thank you very much. Guys, have an amazing weekend. Take care.